Maheen from Canadian SME Small Business Magazine. Welcome to the Canadian SME Podcast, a podcast for Canadian small businesses. In our podcast, we interview Canadian experts and entrepreneurs to give small business owners access to expert knowledge that helps them grow their enterprises. Our mission is to empower Canadian SMBs and help them reach a bigger audience through our platform. We want to thank our banking partner RBC, shipping partner UPS, and accounting software partner Xero for making this initiative possible. In today's highly competitive business world, small and medium-sized businesses face numerous challenges. One of the biggest challenges is finding customized software solutions that meet their specific needs and budget constraints. In this podcast interview, we will delve into the challenges SMBs face in finding the right software solutions and explore some of the ways in which they can overcome these challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are in conversation with Christopher Peebles, Director of Sales at Thryv Canada. Chris is passionate about helping small business owners find success, streamlining everyday processes into customized software solutions that drive efficiencies and profitability. By leading a team of enthusiastic professionals with over 10 years of experience, Chris has earned the trust from small to medium-sized businesses across Canada. Small business success isn't just talk for Chris, it's been a part of his journey. Chris founded and operated his own successful business for over 5 years, which he built and scaled across Canada until it was acquired. His in-depth knowledge of consumer behavior has allowed his team to exceed customer expectations and provide excellent customer service. Chris is a subject matter expert on software and small business processes and has a passion for seeing small Canadian businesses flourish. Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. Very pleased to have you with us this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Amazing. Now, Chris, the role of technology is in the small business world is very critical. And staying up to date with the latest technological advancements can help small businesses stay competitive in today's market. Can you share with our audience how have you seen the role of technology evolve over the years, particularly in the small business landscape, and what key trends should the entrepreneurs be aware of?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that's a great question. At the end of the day, consumer behavior has really changed over the last number of years. And that, with the recent pandemic as well, that has only accelerated some different processes and things along those lines, where that small business owner or operator really needs to be able to adapt their businesses to either new technology, tools, or processes. So with that being said, the consumer behavior now really has that Amazon mentality where, we order something that morning and we want it that same day or the next day, right? So it's how do those small business owners keep up to date with those changing technologies and consumer behaviors, and a software platform like Thryv that helps streamline their processes and able to communicate with those customers or book a consultation call through a client portal or things along those lines has really helped not only streamline their business, but building their online presence and really grow the trust of those customers or those prospects that they're trying to work with.
Now, many businesses have manual processes that are time consuming, they're error prone, and can lead to bottlenecks that can slow down operations. Chris, can you walk us through the process of identifying everyday processes that can be streamlined with software solutions and how Thryv Canada helps small business owners in this regard?
As a small business owner, there's an important distinction between working in your business and on your business. And so what I mean by that is, as a small business owner and you're working in the trenches every day, it's important to take a step back and really put your customer hat on. What is it like to do business with your business? And what I mean by that is, if I'm new to an area, how do I go about finding you? So a lot of people will Google, is my Google, managing my business up to date? How's my website? How easy it is for that customers to communicate with me, book a service call. And once they decide to do business with me after they checking my reviews and having a call with me, how easy is it for them to pay me as well? And really what the Thryv platform does is take that prospect, turning them into a customer and trying to ensure that they become a lifetime value customer by continuing to ask for reviews or referrals of their business. As a small business owner, you work so hard day in and day out to attract these prospects or customers. And once they're really in your ecosystem, it's important to find that balance between, going out and not only building your business, but also treating those customers that are currently in your ecosystem today.
No, you're right. By leveraging software solutions to streamline these processes, businesses can save a lot of time and resources and reduce errors and free up staff to focus on higher value tasks. Now, Chris, SMBs often face challenges, right? When it comes to finding and implementing the right solutions for their specific needs. What are some of the most common challenges that small to medium sized businesses face in Canada, and how do Thryv Canada's customized software solutions address these pain points?
Yeah, no, I think that's a great question. So the biggest challenge I find that small business owners face, especially with the Canadian consumers, we're very loyal to our brands, but we're also cautious at the same time. So it's important for that small business owner to strike that balance of that right marketing messaging, building that online presence and streamlining their operations. So when they have their current customers, how are they continuing to market to those customers and cater to their customers to ensure that, because how hard they work for them, is that they're keeping them happy, but at the same time continuing to try and grow their book of business or their client base. And how do you kind of do that? So the biggest part about the Thrive platform is just striking that balance between, we already have a great customer list that, those customers, those small business owners have worked so hard for, but at the same time, continuing to drum up new business and bring them through the door.
Now, as a subject matter expert on software and small business processes, what are some of the essential tools or systems that you believe every small business owner should consider implementing to drive efficiencies and profitability?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of different tools out there and a lot of different advices that those small business owners can certainly find, whether that's on the internet or Google, or even you guys here at the Canadian Small Business. So when it comes to tools and things along those lines, having a proper CRM, having a tool that can not only streamline your business, but having that ability to communicate with your customers and allowing those customers and that behavior and how they want to behave, like work with today. What I would tell all small business and entrepreneurs, what's so important is not only to get a great bookkeeper and a great accountant, because at the end of the day, what's the most important is not only cash flow, but the profitability of that business. But at the same time, too, also to have a lawyer on standby, because there's many different steps that a small business owner will go through as they're continuing to grow, where they're going to need somebody to be able to lean on that professional advice. So having those tools in place at the front end, but also having a team and support behind you on the back end to ensure that not only you're growing, but you're growing at a proper pace.
Now, Thrive Canada has helped numerous small and medium sized businesses achieve success by providing them with innovative software solutions and services. Can you share a success story of a small business that has benefited from Thrive Canada's success? What made their story stand out to you, and what lessons can other entrepreneurs learn from it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it goes back to almost even the previous question of putting those right tools in place and having that really support team. So what I think is important as a small business owner is to really understand where is currently all your subscriptions or different apps that you're currently using here today. And frankly, do you need all of these apps? And so what Thrive does is really help bring all those different subscriptions or services or apps that they may use into one login and one dashboard. So whether it's your Instagram, your Facebook, LinkedIn, things along those lines, it's important to have like that one login and one dashboard. And when you have that, you're not only able to streamline your operations and your business practices, but the communication across all platforms remains the same. So you begin to build your brand essentially online, which is so important nowadays when you're trying to attract those new customers.
Really, the success of the small Canadian business is just one example of how Thrive Canada services can really help SMBs achieve their goals and drive growth. Now, with customized software solutions and ongoing support, small businesses can overcome challenges and really stay ahead of the competition. Folks, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. gave a good example of one of the businesses that Thryv worked with and that helped them upscale their business. Chris, what sets Thryv Canada apart from other software solutions and service providers in the market, and how does your team continuously improve and innovate to remain competitive?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think a big difference between our software and a number of others out there is we're not in a fly by night. We've got a great leadership team, and our CEO Joe Walsh, our Chief Revenue Officer Jim McCusker, our President of International Markets Marie Caron. We've all been here and we've all done this before, and that have helped build and scale organizations. And now we're just doing that for the small business community. As we continue to innovate, we've got a great chief product officer in Ryan Cantor, and we continue to not only push the boundaries of small business, but listening to our customers on what do they want in a platform? How can we continue to drive their business and streamline their operations? And of course, at the end of the day, is grow their revenue. So, that is our laser focus, is really to help the small business market. And what I will tell you, another differentiator of ours is that our support is 24/7 without charge, where a lot of other software companies will have, an 8 to 8 or something along those lines. We're 24/7 at no charge, and our onboarding and our kickoff with respect to our client success management team is like no other in the market.
hmm Now, Chris, small business owners often have misconceptions about implementing software solutions in their operations, which can prevent them from reaping the benefits of these solutions. In your experience, what are some common misconceptions that small business owners have about implementing software solutions in their operations, and how do you address these misconceptions to help them embrace change?
The biggest misconception that we do here is around price and implementation. So, a lot of these small business owners believe that software is expensive, and some are, but it doesn't have to be. Here at Thryv, we have a range of different packages that can accommodate to that small businesses. And we're talking things that are $10 a day to help streamline your business, build your online presence, and being able to communicate with your customers more efficiently. The other misconception that we do here is implementation. So how long is this going to get me up and running? What is training like? Are you going to stick with me and handhold? And what I will tell you here at Thryv is, we just don't turn on the software and say good luck. We have a full client success management team that walk you not only through the process, but a strategic plan to get you up and running. And what's the most important about us is that our training and our support is always at no charge. So there's no surprises to that small business owner or things along those lines. With saying that as well, what I have seen is that Canadian entrepreneurship and small business is so alive and well. And there's a number of different organizations out there that are helping with that, like a Futurepreneur as an example, or RBC, one of your sponsors. There's been such a drive to keep that Canadian entrepreneurship and small business alive and well. And it's so great to see. And it's just that great that, Thryv's a part of that journey.
Now, by seeking out affordable and easy to use solutions and taking advantage of training and support from software providers, small business owners can successfully implement software solutions and drive significant benefits for their operations. Now, Chris, as we wrap up our conversation and reflecting on your own entrepreneurial journey, what is that one valuable lesson you learned that you wish you had known when you first started your business, and how has this lesson influenced your work at Thryv Canada?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's going back to really understanding the big distinction of working on your business and in your business, having that ability to fail and fail fast, or that ability to pivot, really looking, that outside lens into your business to understand, okay, am I doing the right thing? I find so many small business owners hang on too long, or hang on to that that message or their dream as an example too long, where it's just not working at the end of the day. Where it's so important to be able to not only see the market, and the market will tell you on how they receive your product or your business or your service. And so I think it's so important to understand, and having that ability to either pivot and fail fast and maybe move on to the next thing, I think is the biggest part. With respect to kind of my work here at Thryv, I always kind of live by a bit of a mantra of like, I just don't do my best. I do what's required. And I think as a small business owner and an entrepreneur, that's really that mantra that you do need to do. So it's not even just doing your best, because sometimes that's your best isn't going to get the job done. It's doing what is required. So it's that extra phone call, that extra email, that extra customer interaction. You never know, that can help kind of get you to that next level. So that's what I would say to that.
Now, your journey is a testament to the perseverance, dedication, and hard work that it takes to succeed as an entrepreneur and a leader in your field. Now, Chris, thank you for your time to discuss the benefits of software solutions for SMBs and how can they help small business owners streamline their operations, increase efficiency, and stay ahead of the game. Thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
That brings us to the end of another episode full of small business insights. We hope you enjoyed our podcast and we encourage listeners everywhere to explore even more on CanadianSME.ca. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, we would like to thank our exclusive banking partner RBC, our shipping partner UPS, and our accounting software partner Xero for supporting this initiative. Please share the podcast and feel free to check out the other episodes. Also, do not forget to subscribe to the Canadian SME Small Business Magazine to stay up to date on all our upcoming events and get the top business insights from industry leaders. This is Maheen, your host for the Small Business Podcast.